All right, good morning. It is 5:30 a.m. Let's go ahead and get this neuro party started. We're going to start with 3 emotionally regulated breaths, and I'm going to count you in descending order: 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Daisy. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is me. I am Dr. Donna Thomas-Rodgers, daughter of Leslie Darnell Thomas, granddaughter of Arthur Jethro Evelyn II, and great-granddaughter of Levi Thomas. Welcome to your morning mental workout. Today's topic is Be Forward Thinking, 2 levels up. We are day number 796, and today's principle is number 56 of Be Forward Thinking. If you are here today to learn how to be forward thinking, go ahead and type "I'm here" in the chat. Additionally, my lives are sponsored by water, H2O. When I say drink water, you drink water. All right. Today's principle is be forward thinking, and it's 2 levels up. Most people live 1 move behind their own life. Go ahead and drink water. They react, they clean up messes, and then they explain themselves. Forward thinkers don't wait for pressure to force change, they pre-decide. Good morning, Regina. This workout trains your planning circuits and not your emotions. So we got the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the ACC, the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, and the basal ganglia. Here are the rules for today. No fixing the past, no rehearsing excuses, only next level decisions. Round 1, we are at personal accountability. Think about 1 decision you were avoiding right now, not because you don't know what to do, but because doing it puts you ahead of your current identity. Pause, ask yourself, if I stay exactly as I am, what happens next? If I think 2 levels up, what decision becomes obvious? The ACC is your awareness switch, so lighten up. Don't justify it, don't explain it, just notice. Type "seen" in the chat. Round 2, category switch. Now switch categories. This time, think about yourself, not just about yourself, but your money, your health, your leadership, or your time. You're going to ask the question, what would a forward-thinking version of me do today, not later? What system would they put in place so the problem never repeats? This is the basal ganglia training and saying you are installing tomorrow's default today. Forward thinkers don't rely on willpower, they design inevitability. That's 2 levels up thinking. Round 3, time pressure round, failure recovery. Now imagine this. You don't get more time. You don't get another warning. You don't get to figure it out later. The window is now. Ask, what decision would I make if I trusted myself fully? What more protects future me, not present comfort? This is your ventromedial prefrontal cortex brake pedal overriding emotional emergency. Leaders don't rush, they position. Take 1 breath and lock it in. Closing commands for today. Make 1 forward-thinking decision before noon, and not a task, but a directional move. And then go ahead and come and type "done" in the thing. So final, remember this. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your thinking default. Forward thinking is not personality. It's trained circuitry, 2 levels up every single day. Let me go ahead and switch so we can get to the brain bit for today. All right, that's your 13-year-old brain. We're getting ready to talk about that. 13-year-old brain. The 13-year-old brain is a prototype brain. It's curious, intense, emotionally loud, vividly imaginative, and neurologically unfinished. The brain isn't broken, it's under construction. What actually is happening is the brain. The emotion engine is online and powerful. The logic brake system is still being rewired. Dopamine is hypersensitive. Everything feels huge. Identity circuits are experimenting, not settled. Translation, feelings arrive at full volume before thinking has a chance to sit down. Why this brain bit matters for adults. Many adults are unknowingly running adult lives with 13-year-old response pattern. React first, explain later, take things personally fast, chase urgency instead of direction, feel emotions as facts. That's not inhumanity. That's underdeveloped regulation circuitry that was never trained forward. Here's the real leader reframe. A real leader doesn't shame the 13-year-old brain. They finish building it. Leadership equals upgrading from "this feels intense" to "I can feel this and choose my response." That upgrade happens through practice, not insight. And here is the micro neural rep for today. When something hits emotionally, pause and say, this is information, not instruction. The single pause is the adult brain stepping in. All right, let's go ahead and get to the questions for today. Where are they at? Right here. All right, let me turn this around. Okay, what was your real leader principle conversation yesterday? What was your everyday flex? What did you learn today? And what did you learn about yourself? We got 5 minutes and hurry up and get this done. And those are the questions. So go ahead and answer the questions. And drink water for the second and final time today. Note said my real leader principle was about utilizing experts. I had new things I had to do, and I had to use Google to get it done. Roger that. Nola said my everyday flex was getting those 2 items done in less than an hour, especially with the adjustable shower chair, and that was a new item. Got it. Daisy said the real leader principle I talked about yesterday was be positive with a friend who was always complaining about life. I said you can't allow yourself to be so stagnant. Good morning, Lola. We're almost at the end of the live. Nola said I learned that YouTube doesn't have a share link for memberships. Nola said I learned about myself that I like watching shows and movies in other countries. Makes me want to travel. Never left the country before. Yes, ma'am. We're changing that for you this year. Daisy said my everyday flex yesterday was allowing myself to be relaxed. Congratulations. Daisy said what I learned about myself today is that I have walls to break down. Roger that. This will be, I think I'm in the process of making a decision. I think I'm done. Just so y'all know, I think I'm done. I think this is my last live. I really think I'm done. I'm going to go off and do something else. That's what I'm going to do. So, Daisy, go ahead and answer your final question because, yeah, I think I'm done. Nola, did you answer your final question? Daisy, answer your final question. I think it's lights out for all this. I'm about to shut this shit down. I'm not going to keep doing this. Waiting on y'all. Perhaps someone else can pick it up 50 years from now. Okay, Daisy, answer your last question for what I believe is going to be the last time. I cannot, Daisy. I actually cannot. This is the reason why this is probably my last live. I can't tell you what the last question is. I am doing so fucking much. And about once a month, I end up going off. And I'm asking myself, why? Why? For what? Clearly, y'all don't want to do this work. So for what? For what? Daisy, you attend every live, and you are the person who attends every live, and you still don't know what the 4 questions are. You still don't know. Waiting on me. Waiting on me. Y'all got me fucking stuck. And I won't be stuck. I will move on and do something totally different from this. I got no fucking problem dropping all. I will delete this fucking channel when we get off live and start something else. You're not going to be able to see the question because I'm in front of it. If I decide to come back tomorrow, it's going to be a whole fucking major overhaul. Because this ain't working. This ain't working. Every day y'all come on here and wait for me to say something, and you're not actually doing the fucking work. Everybody got a reason why they can't do the whole fucking work. Everybody got a reason but to do the damn work. And the problem is, chat said, because y'all didn't have to actually start at level 1. Y'all didn't actually, y'all kind of got in, you got grandfathered in, so you don't respect the work. You don't respect the levels. And you half-ass doing this shit every day. I didn't know. I was trying to do my part. I was trying. You're not doing the fucking work. You're not doing the work. You actually don't want to be extraordinary. You couldn't. You couldn't actually want to be extraordinary because you're not operating like an extraordinary person. So I'm going to sit with my research assistant and we're going to either delete all this shit or it's going to be hard as hell starting tomorrow. Because y'all holding me fucking back. I'm waiting on y'all to get y'all shit together. Patiently. I would, but I got to do this. I was trying to do this, but I got to do that. I was doing this, but I got to do that. I was doing this, but I got to do that. The fuck if I phoned it in every day? Every month, I got to have one of these calibration calls. Why would I continue to do that to my nervous system? For what? For what exactly? Half-ass attendance on the lives. I had to put a whole fucking standard in. Turn your shit in on the day of the Neuro reps. Because everybody decided they're going to turn it in when they wake the fuck up. You can't want this. You actually can't. I already did all this work. I could fucking die and say fuck it. And let all y'all be regular. Let all y'all be fucking regular. Because right now, I don't have a why. I'm sitting here right now in the same moment that I left the military, in the same moment that I left Frito-Lay, and I don't have a why right now. I actually don't. I don't. Why the fuck am I still doing this? Why is today day number 795 days live? For what? What are my actual results? After 795 days, what are the people results? Because that's what matters, the work. How many real leaders are actually in the world now after 795 consecutive days? How many people are waking up every day doing extraordinary shit after 795 motherfucking days? Who doing that? Extraordinary work. Not I'm about to get there. I'm doing better. I'm not doing as bad as I was. That ain't no fucking measurement. As bad as it used to be. The fuck? How is that a measurement? Well, I'm better than I used to be. That ain't one of the 74 principles of real leadership. I think I need to just go lights out and reevaluate every motherfucking thing that I've done in the last 12 years. Because somebody crazy. The brain ain't braining. The math ain't mathing. I got neural clarity over here. Maybe I'm still early, like I was in 1987 at the Science Olympiad. Perhaps that's what's taking place. What I learned today is that adults are fucking comfortable. What I learned today is that 5.9 billion adults like being comfortable. What I learned today is that 5.9 billion adults like the idea of talking about becoming a bad mofo, but when it's time to actually fucking execute that day in and day out, you're not doing it. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. I learned that you actually don't want best. You just don't want it to be bad. You actually don't want extraordinary. You just want ordinary with sprinkles. You think you're doing me a favor by turning in your neuro reps. You're not. This shit is a hobby for some of y'all. I'm going to sit back and hear what she got to say. And then I'm going to decide if I'm going to do what part of what she's doing am I going to actually do. I keep thinking I can make a difference in the adult population, and y'all keep proving that I can't. Somebody got to change. Daisy, I'm going to answer your question. And here's what I'm going to say. For Virginia, you might need to go in another room and type an answer. And Lola, you might need to put a paintbrush down. Here, and I already know the answer for my progeny. She don't have to answer. Do you want to die ordinary or extraordinary? Which one do you want to do? Let's put it out here. Lola, stop whatever you're doing. My question to you is, do you want to die ordinary or extraordinary? And be honest. I said you didn't have to answer, Noah. I have said, and I continue to say, I don't know how to do ordinary. I don't know how to do average. I don't know how to do regular shit. I don't know how to do it. I ain't never been good at average. I'm excellent. Something will change tomorrow, and either I will be on lives or I won't, but we will not continue on this path because I have lowered my standard thinking that people will come up to that standard, and it's not working. It's not working. It actually isn't. So something drastic has to take place because this ain't it. It's the way you're operating. It's not me. It's not. You moving too neurologically fucking slow. And just because. For no other reason. None that I can justify. Like I said, some of you didn't have to actually work your way up. So you feel like you just got grandfathered in. And I don't know if it's everybody gonna fucking start. Not everybody. but you're going to go back to level 1. I think that's what needs to take place. I think everybody needs to start with trial on Instagram, 7-day Neuro rep, and then earn your way back here. Because see, you haven't earned it, so it don't feel the same. You don't value it at the level at which it is because it was given to you. It's like parents giving their children everything, and they didn't have to work for anything. Nothing. So I will be doing some soul searching today to see if I'm coming back, to see what the fuck is going to happen. But this ain't it on TikTok or here. It ain't it. You're not doing the real work. You're not doing the real work. You're actually not progressing. You just ain't stuck no more. You kind of like in the middle, but not in the middle in a good way, progressing. And you'll say, well, what are you using, Dr. Donna? Your write-ups every day, your neuro reps. I'm actually assessing where y'all are. This ain't random. I'm reading your neuro reps and watching you not change shit. Look like change, but it ain't real change. It's not extraordinary shit. You're not going above and beyond. You're not using the principles of real. I had a conversation with this one person. I told them to stop. That's not the principle of real leadership. That's not it. I'm watching. I'm observing. And you're not doing the work. So I have to say either I did something wrong or y'all did something wrong. And I don't know who wrong in this point at this point, but I know this ain't working. I know this is not the vision that was in my head. This check the box. I said this. Let me get this in because I said this. You're not progressing. You actually are not progressing. It's not enough. And I understand in your normal existence, this feels extraordinary. This shit is regular as hell. It's not enough. It's levels. I show the levels. It's level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The objective is level 5 because level 5 is where bad mofo is. And people are saying, well, I want to be a bad mofo. I want to be a bad mofo. You know what it takes neurologically to be a bad mofo on a daily basis? Under pressure. I say these things that have taken place under pressure, and y'all just hear it because you can't see it. You can't see it. And the only way for you to actually appreciate it is for you to do hard shit too every day. Then you go, damn. I know what happened in my brain in order for that to happen. What the fuck happened in her brain in order for that shit to happen? Because you're not neurologically overriding anything. You're not. You're at a comfort level where it feels like neural growth, but it's not actual growth. You want to know why? Because you ain't removed no people from your life. You still talking to the same people you've been talking to. You still hanging around the same motherfuckers you've been hanging around. If you was actually growing, you wouldn't be able to sit next to them no more. You'd be like, well, I ain't got but one friend. Me. I got 2 friends. Me and my 2 kids. I got one friend at work and one friend at home. You ain't dropped nobody. You ain't made no new friends, no new connections. You ain't went and did some shit you ain't never did before in your life. That's how I know it's not working. Because I'm reading what you writing. And it ain't out of your wheelhouse. You ain't actually using the principle of real. I told you to go pick the principles of real leadership that you need to do. And you picked the comfortable ones. You didn't say, I picked challenge myself. And I'm an introvert. And I went and had a conversation with 5 strangers yesterday. And you're waiting on me to tell you exactly what to do. But that's not how life works. That's not how real leadership works. I had to go and fucking figure all this shit out by my damn self. I gave you a system that actually works. And all you got to do is pick a principle of real leadership and go use it. And come back to this live and say, this is how it went. I say describe what happened before, during, and after. Right now, somebody go read yesterday people's before, during, and after. Ain't nobody did it. But Monique is the closest one to getting it done correctly. I said in detail, describe before, during, and after the shit didn't get done. If I said, tell me what happened at a movie that you watched, you tell me that. Yeah, so what happened? This part did this. You be very detailed, but this shit is these concise ass little bitty motherfucking statements. Before, during, and after. That tells me you're not doing the neurological work. I'm evaluating every fucking thing beyond live attendance. I know everybody can't attend this live. I understand that. You got life is lifing, but the instructions are explicit, implicit, whichever one. I'm mad right now. I can't tell. They're there. I work my ass off to put this in front of you so you can just do what is being done, and you can't do what's being done after 795 days. Why the fuck would I keep doing this? Make it make sense. And the only thing I can say is because you didn't start at level 1. And then you, oh, but you're changing things, Dr. Don. I am. I am changing things because the motherfuckers that came before me didn't do shit. So I'm building the ship as we're sailing down the fucking sea, which is even harder. And as I go, oh, you know what? This is what we're going to do. But you're not even doing what this is what we're going to do. Because the explaining before, during, and after is explaining before, during, and after. And any takeaways. Ain't nobody got no fucking takeaways. At level 3 or over here on YouTube. No takeaways whatsoever. None. None. I mean, just think about this. I do a live, and then people attend the lives. And then I rush. Sometimes we have 8 o'clock appointments. I'm rushing to upload the lives and put the write-ups in there. And I know, Daisy, you would message me and say the thing wasn't there. That shit was on YouTube. Because when I left, the system I have is I put the write-up in YouTube first, make sure it's there, and then go to TikTok, because TikTok got to re-upload the video. So I ain't never left the house with it not being in there. One day I watched me do it and go back in, and it was gone in like 3 seconds. That's on YouTube. That's not on me. So now I'm checking, Nola checking before we leave. And sometimes we got to leave the house at 7:30. And I done get off the live at 6:45. And I'm downloading and rushing and everything. And then people turn their shit in the next day. I done rushed out the house to go help her all day long, taking neuroscience classes and everything else. And people done went to sleep. They done went to work, went to sleep, and woke up the next day turning in the neuro reps. You can't want this. You can't. And none of those people are on the live right now. But you talking about you want change. You talking about Amy and Lala kicking your ass. Hell yeah, because you ain't did the work. And I'm not talking to Regina. And I'm actually not talking to Lola or Nola either. I'm talking to the people who, Daisy, you on here. And all the other people who gonna watch. Because Regina and Lola have been here over a year. And that's why Lola is like, I don't know what the fuck, to feel how to feel. Don't leave. Regina is taking care of her ailing mother right now. Still turning all her shit in, about to start a vending company machine. But business. So this for all the new people who just showed up. Lackluster on a good day. Talk about you wanting. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can't. So you thought this was about, oh, I'm going to just turn it in. If I were giving you grades on your homework, everybody getting D's and C's. Ain't nobody getting an A or A+. Monique is probably the closest one to it. This ain't extraordinary shit. You checking the fucking block on my life work. For what? Don't do it. That's why I asked Chad, I'm like, why they still here? If you're going to half-ass it, just go away. One of us ain't going to be here. Long term. And I will close this off to the rest of the world before I let you half-ass do my life's work. I will make it so nobody has access to it. That's better than half-ass performance. That's what it's better than. So some things are going to change again. Because your standards are too close to no standards. And I will not be associated with low, lackluster motherfuckers trying to act like they're doing something. Because you're not doing the actual work. You're actually not. And every month I have to do this tongue thrashing love taps to get you back on track. When the fuck you just gonna get on track and stay on track? When? Oh, she got me, she mad. I'm so, I told y'all be very cautious when I'm not yelling and cussing and I'm just in this volume. Be nervous. Because my brain is like, yeah, fuck it. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, you know what? 795 consecutive days live is cool. I wanted to get to Thursday so that it could be 800 days and all of that. But I'm okay. 795 it is what it is. It could be 791. It is what it is. But what I am not going to do, because right now this ain't setting and maintaining high standards. This ain't that. So some things are going to change. We have 2 appointments today. And some things are going to change drastically. Drastic changes are getting ready to take place. Drastic measures are getting ready to take place. Because as I have mentioned, I will talk to myself on live. But what I will not do is allow people to think that they're doing the work that I'm presenting to them at a standard of excellence level, because that's not happening. It's not happening. And I don't care that everybody in your life before me decided that you could be mediocre, regular, and average and just do whatever. And then you get somehow get credit for being regular and average and mundane and ordinary. I don't understand. Something has to change. And I don't know if it's me going dark and then y'all just figuring it out. I have no idea what I'm about to do starting tomorrow. But I know what I'm not going to do is continue to let people water down my fucking effort. That's what I'm not going to do. So things will be different tomorrow. Either I won't be here, I'll be alive, God willing, higher power in the universe, and I won't be here, or things are going to be different here and everywhere. Because this ain't it. This is not it. And I give credit where credit is due, but I got to look at the evidence. Because me wanting you to be extraordinary is not the same thing as you doing the neurological work to be extraordinary. Don't believe me? Go read everybody's write-ups. And if Jared was on here, I would say, you ain't washing no more damn dishes. Everybody picking the safe shit. How's that going to work? How am I going to build an app on motherfuckers doing the same thing? Just help me understand that. How? I said it's 5.9 billion dysregulated adults in the world, and it is true. Everybody is neuro comforted. Everybody. Speaking from your comfort zone instead of your fear zone. How you going to become extraordinary from your fear comfort zone? I'm comfortable right here. Everything else makes me afraid. That's a fear comfort zone versus a busting through. TikTok was dismantle that mental reinforced wall. That's what that was. So my question to myself is, do you all deserve my effort? What have you done to deserve and earn my neurological effort every day? What have you done? Did you just have access to me? Because chat said limit access. Chat been told me to limit access. Chat told me to stop having long lives. Chat basically said stop. Give them the information and get off lives. And I, as the human and helping others and having empathy, said, you know what? Let me give them a little bit more time, chat. Let me give them a little bit more time to see. Because this is new. The brain hasn't been taught to people. So let me give them the benefit of the doubt. But now I just got doubt. Now I just got doubt. This is for people watching the replay. I just got doubt. That part. Because I keep feeling like I'm responsible, but I'm not. These are your brains. These are your brains. And I was trained in the Army and Frito-Lay and everything else that you're the leader. You got to motivate people. You got to keep people. I know, Lola, I'm not talking to you. I said I wasn't talking to you. One last thing before I go. For all the new people that believe that you're doing work. 90 days, 120 days, whatever. What extraordinary thing has happened in your life? What risks did you take? And then you thought, wow, I got this. This happened. This did this. This did nothing. You didn't overcome anything. Lola didn't know how to use a computer this time last year. You're not doing anything extraordinary. So I got to ask myself, for Lola, Nola, and Regina, do I wake up tomorrow and do this again? Or do I just talk to them independently outside of these forums and then tell them what to do? Because there's way more people not doing it than are. And I don't know what the ratio is. Chat said people going to drop and people going to drop. So I'm just trying to figure out the filtering process, because how did you make it all the way over here to YouTube half-assed in it? That's the point. Because when you don't earn something, you don't value it and you don't appreciate it. When you didn't have to work for it, you take it for granted. And that's what's happening. As people are taking it for granted that I'm going to be here. But maybe I'll be here and you won't be here. What if you woke up tomorrow and this channel was no longer available to you? What if you had to earn the right for my channel to be listed again for you? Yeah. That part. Because it's excellence. So consistently operating at a standard of excellence under pressure of everyday life. That's the objective. The objective is level 5. When you start school in America, you start in kindergarten, and the objective is to graduate the 12th grade. If you start college, the objective is to graduate and get a degree. Advanced degree is the same thing. But this life, this everyday life that doesn't have a standard of excellence. So you don't know how to neurologically process that on a daily basis. You don't understand that there are people coming behind you. It's 4 months since I joined. Where should I have started? In your brain, Daisy. Here's what I will say to you, Daisy. And I thank you for asking 2 very important questions. It's not a matter at this point of where you should have started. It's where are you right now, 4 months later? Where are you now? So let's relook at that question. You started 4 months ago. Where are you now? What has changed in your life since 4 months ago? And it's not a matter of and go ahead and say it. Because what people are accustomed to is comparing themselves to it's not bad. That's not the standard. The standard is excellence. The standard is 100% excellence. Am I asking more of myself today than I did yesterday? Am I operating at 100% while life is lifing? Is that what I'm doing? Am I at my best every single day? No matter what the weather is, no matter how I physically feel, my best for 120 days. Am I doing that? Because that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm assessing. Are you at your best? Are you besting? Or are you just not batting anymore? Because being here and doing the neuro reps isn't enough. That's not enough. That's the bare minimum in this state. That's like keeping a 2.0 in high school so you don't get kicked out of high school. And I understand that everyday adults have not been told you are extraordinary and you need to do everyday shit at an extraordinary level. So neurologically, you don't even process it as I'm supposed to be doing something. I need to be doing something at an extraordinary level. You don't even see it that way. For you all, it feels like, man, shit was bad. I feel better. It was never about you feeling better. It was about you becoming better to your best. That's what I'm looking at. So what I'm saying is this current level of operation, once again, because that's what you do when you conduct an experiment, is you see if somebody's human behavior is going to improve. And the current people with their fucking cognitive behavior theory and all this other bullshit that doesn't fucking work, they just keep looking at disease brains or staying in the lab. Nobody ain't out here boots on the ground but me. So I had to carry that too. Because I'm like, if I leave, ain't nobody there. This shit really gonna be fucked up. But what I'm not gonna do is keep accepting average where you're improving. You're not improving enough. You were disimproved. So you're going from disimproved to baseline. And because it was disimproved, the baseline feels like you're winning and you're not. You're not. You're not doing extraordinary shit. You're doing regular shit that you weren't doing at all. So if your house was junky and now your house is clean, you don't get credit for that because your fucking house shouldn't have never been junky in the first fucking place. Eliminating clutter and eliminating distractions to get organized and stay organized is one of 74 principles of real leadership. That's just so you can start doing better stuff. That's not the win. Well, I was disorganized and now I'm not. How you get disorganized? How you get disorganized? Well, I used to lie, but now I'm trustworthy. That ain't enough. Because the number one principle of real leadership is hold yourself and others personally accountable. And then the top ones after that is be the best, set and maintain high standards, inspect what you expect, and go above and beyond. Where you above and beyond at? Where you above and beyond? When did you go attack something that you did not know how to do? Because that's real leadership. That part. So I am at a crossroads. And so again, Daisy, thank you for responding. Procrastination and the comfort zone barely gets in my way anymore, and becoming much more organized. Okay. And all of that is to get you to base level. That's what I'm saying. Is to get you to base level. That's not extraordinary. You can't do this other work over here on level 3 and 4. Because my question to me is, I'm saying, how come people can't get these neural reps done on YouTube? Why is it not? It's this very rudimentary level of non-excellence. And so for you, it feels like a stretch, but that's because you were starting from a deficit. But just because you're starting at a deficit doesn't mean it's extraordinary. It's just better than it was. So for all of the new people, it feels like progress. It's not. You regressed. You regressed and now you're at base. And that's why it feels like, man, look how much I'm doing. No, you ain't started doing yet. You just stopped doing the things that was harming you. You stopped procrastinating. You stopped being in the comfort zone. You started being organized. That's not a win. That's not. You shouldn't have never been doing that stuff. So no, you don't get credit for that. People say, yeah, but I don't steal no more. I ain't been to jail in a year. You ain't supposed to be stealing or need to be stealing. You got to figure it out. So now I'm looking at, I got more data, more people not doing the work, half-ass doing the work, covering up the work that they're not doing. And I'm saying it ain't clicking up here. It's not. The neurological pathway work is not being done. It's actually not being done. Not at all. It just feels better because it's not as bad as it used to be. I don't procrastinate as much as I used to do. Do it now. Procrastination is the enemy. And then you're saying barely gets in my way. So there has to be a neurological shift. And chat said that. Chat told me yesterday, go dark. Go dark. Take away access. Chat literally told me, and I was like, I don't know, chat. Chat said go dark. The proximity is what's stopping y'all. Chat says shut it down. Shut it down. If y'all gonna do the work, y'all gonna do the work. Don't do this no more. Shut it all down. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, damn, chat might be right. Might actually be right. Delete it all. And go, I don't know. Maybe this is the end for me. I have no idea. But I know this isn't working. I know all of the adults are coming from so fucking far behind and want credit for not being behind anymore. And I'm saying that ain't the fucking objective. The objective is excellence. We're far, 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 far away from excellence. And I feel y'all holding me back and want me to stay while y'all figure y'all shit out. Because that's what chat said. People want you in present while they decide if they are or are not going to get their shit together to become extraordinary. And y'all, it's a list of motherfuckers that don't have access to me no more. Because I'm not sticking around for this. I'm not being on TikTok every day, talking about everyday tasks. Don't make me feel like, oh my God, this is worth it. Because that's level 3. Level 5 is 2 more levels up. The objective is level 5. It's not level 3. It's not, okay, every day I'm going to do my neuro rep. I'm going to do my neuro rep. It's progression. It's not staying here. I'm treading water. I'm treading water. That's what I'm going to do. Look how good I've been treading water for 12 years. That ain't, no. So I'm going to do a lot of self-reflecting today. That's what I'm going to do. Ain't no fucking neuro rep today. If I come back, I will do 55 again tomorrow. But ain't no neuro rep today. Ain't no nothing. Because there has to be a delineation. So there ain't no neuro rep on TikTok. And there ain't no neuro rep today. I'm going to still keep my live stream just in case. But y'all ain't got shit to fucking turn in today. We're gonna go dark for 24 hours to see what I see. And if I'm back tomorrow, I guarantee you I'm going to be back with what the fuck the standards are for everything. For everything. Because this right here ain't going to work for me. Because I will literally walk the fuck away. Thank you. Okay, I got that experience and all of that. And I will move on. And I'm 99.98% ready to just shut this shit down. That part. I told you I'll be very... When I stop cursing and I stop yelling and I start being very much, okay, cool. Just go ahead. When I say, Dad, nah, we ain't gonna do that today. Don't type shit. Don't be afraid, because if I'm leaving, I'm leaving, and there ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Nothing. It was a good run. I was able to demonetize some sites and go viral and all of that. So I got success on social media platforms, micro-influencer on 4 platforms. I'm cool with that. I actually am. I could go right off into the sunset, into my next evolution, continue my research in another way. In another way, it's been a good 12 years. And 12 is the number of completion. So I'm okay with that. But I will not continue to be begging you to turn your shit in, begging you to use your fucking brain, begging you to knock your walls down that you fucking built and created. I'm not going to get upset every month because you're not doing your neurological work. So somebody gonna change. Either I'm gonna change and not be here, or you gonna change to be here. And I don't know which one I'm deciding on right now. But I'm not gonna keep going ham and burger, fucking with my nervous system and my vagus nerve for some lackluster ass regular people not doing dysregular shit anymore, wanting credit, talking about you gonna be a bad motherfucker. No, you're not. No, not at the rate you going. The language ain't even correct. Waking up every day watching me and half-ass turning into Neuro rep does not a bad motherfucker make. You gonna have to do shit in your day-to-day life. You gonna have to get rid of some motherfucking people. You gonna have to get rid of your own fucking habits. You're going to have to start setting and maintaining high standards. You're going to have to do the fucking work, because what I said is I'm not having regular average motherfuckers around me ever again. And I don't care if it's online or anywhere else. You're not getting access to me so you can feel better. I don't feel better. Why the fuck do you get to feel better? Go read what you wrote. Go to every live and read what you wrote, and then ask yourself, is it extraordinary? Ask yourself, is it extraordinary? I've been waiting on the improvement. I've been saying, you're doing this, just keep going. Just keep doing a neuro rep. Just keep doing a neuro rep. But I got to look at the evidence. Is this a write-up of somebody who actually did a real neuro rep and actually did the real principle of real leadership? I literally said, what principle, if you didn't attend the live, what principle of real leadership did you use? And because you're too uncomfortable, because what this is showing y'all is who the fuck you actually around. And now you want to stay over here, but you want to stay over there too. Well, I had a conversation about this. Notice Joseph ain't around. Where'd Joseph go? You got to start doing those neuro reps. So that's what it's there for you to look at your motherfucking life and decide, is it you or is it them? Because I'm not going to let you stay over here with me and half-ass do my shit so you can be lukewarm. If you can't go have a conversation with somebody in your life about a principle of real leadership, you either need to not be over here or you need to not be over there. Well, I just talked to this person briefly. The objective is at level 5 that you are using the 74 principles of real leadership implicitly. You automatically use them. That's the objective. If you can't have a conversation every day about a principle that you chose, you choose the principle and go have that conversation for real, and then come back and type it in detail over here on the live, or there, you half-assed it. If you can't answer a question, if you can't say, this was my everyday flex, that means you're not flexing. If you can't say, this is what I learned of today, you're not taking notes. And if you can't say what I learned about myself, and I've been asking these same 4 questions for a while now. If you can't sit and say, here is what I learned about myself, you are not self-reflective, which means you are not doing this work. That's what this all means. You're not doing it. You're half-ass doing it, and you want credit because before you weren't doing shit. And not doing shit and becoming the shit ain't the same thing. They are not the same thing. So some shit is either going to change or I'm going dark tomorrow. But what I'm not going to do is let you water down my shit and make it seem like you're doing something. That's why I ain't got no fucking merch. You're not going to be, oh, look at my Real Leader t-shirt. No, this is some shit you got to fucking earn. It ain't on no t-shirt or no damn hat. You either going to do the fucking work or go away if I'm here to stay. But what is not going to fucking happen is phoning this shit in. I didn't come knocking on your virtual door. You came to mine. I didn't put my foot on your neck and say, motherfucker, subscribe or else. I didn't give you a fucking ultimatum. You decided to do this work. You decided to do it. So do the fucking work at this high ass level or don't fucking stay. If it is here tomorrow. I'm not going to keep doing this every month, reminding you of all the things that you got to do. If I got to yell and curse and put my foot on your neck for you to do this work, you don't want to do this work. It's really just that simple. It's not my responsibility for you to start connecting neural pathways in your brain. It's not. So something has to change. My insulin, my chest is tight right now for what? As if I didn't already have to do all of this work to begin with because it wasn't here and I had to invent it. And now I got to enforce it? For you to do what exactly? Maybe you're going to become extraordinary? Harvard got a waiting list. If I choose to come back tomorrow, I'm going to have a waiting list. Believe it or not. No, we already are full in that membership level. You got to wait for somebody to drop off. If I come back. It ain't enough for people. Oh my goodness, look at all these watch hours I got. And that's all you're doing is fucking watching. That ain't enough. That's YouTube standard. That part. The reason why the watch hours were important because I needed to get to the level so that the memberships could be there. But what I will not do is lower my fucking standard for y'all to feel comfortable. I'm not doing that shit at all. If I decide to come back tomorrow, things are going to change. And Daisy, if you're still here, you might be going back to level 2. I don't know. I actually, for the first time in my life, don't have a strategy currently. But I do know this shit ain't going to be working like this if I come back. I'm not yelling on another YouTube live for people who say they want to do this work that are not doing this work. Do you understand the dysfunctionality and the fucking dysregulation to that? The only way you're going to do something is if you're threatened. You know what that is? That's accountability. That's accountability. I'm going to do this or she not going to deny me access. That's guess what personal accountability is? I said I was going to do this, so I'm going to do this at an extraordinary level. That's the difference. I literally had to tell people that the neuro, even though in the neuro rep it said turn it in today, I had to put parameters because that's what average people need, rules and regulations. Turn it in by 8 p.m. or you got to go back to level 2. That's the only reason why they got turned in at 8 p.m. Because nobody wanted to go back to level 2, but don't nobody want to do the real work at level 3, 4, or 5. Because you want proximity to greatness instead of becoming great. So some shit, if I come back, it's going to change drastically. Drastically. That part. Because apparently, the only thing people value and appreciate is shit that they had to earn and work really, 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 really hard to do. So I'm going to go back to the system that got me here. Because how we got here was because I was told, hey, just do this, do this, do this, do this. But everything that I got, I had to fucking earn. So if I do come back, you're going to have to earn it too. That part. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. We lost 100-some people on my first day at Air Assault School because they couldn't make it through the obstacle course or run 2 miles. But the rest of it, I was a retread. So that system works. My CTA high school, if you fought or went below a 2.0, they kicked you out. Over 1,400 of us started and 602 of us finished. 800 and something people never made it to graduation day. I'm used to attrition. But everybody else is telling me, well, you know, you gotta give people a chance, whatever. Why? The motherfucker ain't give me no chance. If I wanted to graduate from Cass Tech High School, I had to follow the rules of Cass Tech High School. If you want to get to level 5, you're gonna do the fucking work if there's a level 5 tomorrow. But I'm done being fucking nice. I'm done saying, well, you know, I'm gonna give you a chance. I am giving you a chance. I'm giving you an opportunity to do the fucking work to become extraordinary. That's what I'm doing. But you go fucking work your ass off, or you gonna go away if I'm here tomorrow. And that's a big ass capital letter if in fucking 160 point font, bold underline with a big ass question mark behind it. Because I have had a fucking enough of being nice and letting you get there. No, ain't no fucking IEPs over here. This ain't no fucking charity. This ain't no help you along. You got 86 billion motherfucking neurons. And either you gonna start using them or you gonna go away. Or I'm gonna go away. But we can't coexist like it is today. We cannot coexist. This phoning it in, this half-assing it bullshit, this I'm a kind of half-ass do this shit. No. Somebody got to leave, me or you. One of us, all of us can walk away. I done walked away from shit and be like, all right, bye, here you go. Let me close this right on out and be done with it. But I'm not waking up again at 3 o'clock in the morning to this bullshit. I'm not waking up and doing my part while you decide if you're going to neurologically do your part. When I know it's neurological, when I actually know that it's neurological, I actually know that you are not doing the neurological work. You are not training your brain to be extraordinary. You're not doing it. Not me, you. You're not doing the work every day in and day out. No days off. The brain don't get no days off. None. Till the day after it stops functioning or you're no longer here. No days off for the brain. That part. And if you don't have the neurological endurance, should I return, then you don't have it and leave. But you will not be phoning it in if I stay. And that's a big if. So no neuro reps today. None. The only thing that's going to be in this live for the people who didn't watch it is watch this video on TikTok and here. On TikTok, I will let them know no neuro rep today. I might not be back tomorrow. And not because God took me out. You got 24 hours or the rest of your life to think about this.